Cool. Thank you. So my name is Jasmine. I've been doing karate for 14 years now. So since I was 7 years old, and then I started teaching and learning sort of how to instruct and taking small groups from the age of 8. So I've been doing instructing for about 13 years now, teaching all ages, kids, adults. I have a lot of experience with teaching students with special needs, both kids and adults, and they are some of my favorite people to teach because the improvement you can make, what may seem really, really small to everybody else, can be a really huge thing for them. So I really love teaching people where things don't come as easy for them, and karate is a really big outlet for them in a really special way. So our karate style is called Kyoto Shuho Karate or Canberra Karate Academy, and we stem from Shukokai Karate. So back in Okinawa, when karate was created, when the head founder died, he separated into his top 7 students, sort of filtered away, and they created the 7 different types of like father karate. So you've got like Shotokan, Goju, Wataru, Shitoryu, and then Shukokai, which is what we are. So our school caters from kids as young as 2.5, which is awesome. As much as I love teaching adults and the older kids, the 2.5-year-olds, oh my goodness, they make your heart melt. So I love teaching them, and we have different programs for different ages. And what's really great with starting kids as young as 2.5 is that we get to develop their fundamental skills. So things like jumping and landing with 2 feet. You see the big kids do it, and you wouldn't think that a little kid can't jump and land with both feet. So we focus on things like that. We focus on things like getting them to be able to, say their name. Getting them to talk in front of a group is really important, especially at 3 years old, but also being proud of themselves and going, I can say my name. I can, if someone's too close to me, I can say, back off, leave me alone, which is one of the cute things we have the mini samurais do, is they learn self-defense, anti-bullying, and that carries through all the way up through our Tough Tigers program. So our Tough Tigers program is aged from 6 years old to 7, and sometimes we do have little kids who are about 5 years old start the program. If they've been doing the mini samurai program for a really long time, we sort of develop them so that they can move along earlier, and it's not a huge issue. In our Tough Tigers program, that's when they start to learn actual karate. So they start to learn more blocks, more kicks, patterns, fighting combinations, things that they can use in class, but to hopefully also start to cater their body to remember things, so that if something happens at school, their karate is going to naturally come out in an defensive way rather than just blocking somebody and punching them in the face, which we've had before, and we've had to explain that that's not what you do. So it's a bit funny like that. Then we have our juniors program, and our juniors program starts from 8, and that's when the journey to black belt really starts. So when I started at 7, I started in a different style with my instructors, and I got my black belt at the age of 13, and then I got my second black belt at the age of 14. And what's really exciting is because I get to see this happening for all of these 8-year-olds who have just started, or for those of them who have started when they were 5 and they're moving up through the ranks, getting really close to their junior black belt. And what we really want to focus on these kids, not necessarily on becoming weapons and, punching other people and breaking stuff, but it's more about the inside, because when you do get your black belt, it's a very humbling experience, and the road to that is very, very humbling. And that's what we want to teach kids, is how to do something well, but still also be a really good person. And that's something we focus on each week with our students, is we focus on different aspects of karate, but there's also things like integrity or honesty week or passion week or confidence week, because we know that there's these other things and attributes that kids need to have that, doing it at karate, we can give it to them the best way possible, that we can relate it back to what they're doing. Exactly. And then we have our adults, and our adults cohort is really, really awesome. We have a lovely group of adults. It's one of our smaller programs, but all of us adults are really tight. So we're all really good buddies. We do have lots of different classes available. So we do have a low impact class, which has started to pick up really nicely. And it's basically, if you're injured, if you haven't been active for a really long time, and you sort of feel like, yeah, I think I need to, start off small, start off slow. Well, then you go to this low impact class and you get to start off really slow. And it's really, really nice. It's a very technical class rather than being very physical, which is what our other classes are. We like to give warm-ups. We like to do fitness smashes. We like, you're meant to feel sore afterwards in a good way. Like all exercise, you're meant to feel good afterwards. And that's what we really, really strive for. Some of the other things that we get to do at the dojo, which are really exciting, is we run birthday parties, private lessons, and parents' night out. So parents' night out it's It's crazy. We have like 60 kids in the dojo. Parents drop them off for like 4 hours. They go and have dinner, they go to a movie, and the kids hang out and we watch movies and eat pizza and do karate and play games. We had like a Nerf gun war last time. Noah and Jack Misty's boys were completely obliviated at the end of it. They were so tired when they left. It was awesome. And it's a way that we can get these kids to create relationships with each other outside of in class, where they see each other for 45 minutes, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. They get to see each other in a different way, which we find really, really lovely, because growing up with karate, I didn't actually have kids who were my age in it. I was one of the younger ones who was training with the adults, because I gained my belts quite quickly. I was moving into the advanced classes by the time I was 10, so I didn't get to have that relationship with other kids per se. But now these kids get to have their best friends at karate, and then they have them at school, and then they see different friendship groups, and it's really, really, really awesome. So one of our really cool things that's happening at the moment is that we have a 4-week unlimited training deal. So this is what Misty's boys signed up with. 2 other women, 2 other lovely ladies in this group. I think Michelle, I think she's in the 10 o'clock one. She signed up with her daughter. She totally surprised her daughter. She didn't know she was coming to karate, so that was really cool. But it's 4 weeks of unlimited training plus a uniform for $50 or $49. And the uniforms are normally $60. And training itself is normally at least $18 per class. It depends on, the more you train, the more the cost goes down. So to have 4 weeks, so a whole month, and a uniform for $49 is crazy. So what I've done is I've left my email and stuff in the chat box. And if anybody wants to take advantage of that deal, flick me an email, I'll shoot you guys the link, and then you guys can jump on that straight away. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jasmine. So does anyone have any questions for Jasmine? So my boys this is how I met Jasmine. So my boys started going to karate. And how it happened was Jack is 10 and Noah is 8. And Noah has been wanting to do gymnastics and martial arts. He goes to school and he says to his mates, I'm going to do gymnastics. He's like right into working out and getting fit and wants to be the biggest, strongest. And all his mates said to him, gymnastics is for girls. Like, what are you, a girl or something? And his Noah's there, it's 8 years old. He says, have you seen the muscles that these guys have? And they don't lift any weights. Like, seriously, these are the strongest guys in the entire world, and they can do a backflip.
Yep.
And so that's why I'm doing it. And his mates have gone, yeah, okay, I'm not going to fight with you. And he said, no, I want to do martial arts because, that's like really cool. And so anyhow, I said, great, you and Jack can do it. He says, I don't want Jack to do it. I want to be the greatest fighter in the world. I don't want Jack to do it. Well, one is, Jack got put in because Noah likes to pick on him, and I can see exactly what, and Jack just lets it happen because he's bigger, right? So I've gone, yeah, I'm not going to have one fighting with the other in the house. But what's interesting, Noah stopped fighting. In the last 3 weeks that he's started coming out, he's stopped fighting, not because he's worried that Jack will take over. He just has stopped. And it's not like you've trained him to do that. He just is different now, which is kind of nice. But I said to him, if you and Jack go, then you'll get better faster than anyone else because you've got someone at home to practice with. So it's good to have someone to practice with. Jack, Jasmine's on if you wanted to just say hi.
Hey, Jack. Hang on, I'll get my dog. Hey, Jack.
Go get Noah.
And then I'll get my dog now.
And anyhow, so Noah ended up saying, he said, well, my mate Damien goes to karate in Fishwick, so you put me in at the same one as him, and then I've got someone to train with. And it's interesting what Jasmine was saying about the parents' night out. Very cool. The boys went. Damien doesn't go to the parents' night out because he doesn't go to the night out because he gets anxious about being away from his mum. But with all the friends going together, we hooked another friend in, so there's 4 of them now. And so with all of them going together, they happily left their mums for 4 hours at night time. And I dropped them off, and then I picked them back up. So it was, it went beautifully. So it's a really great setup to get kids out doing things together, away from parents, to to just improve with their self-confidence as well. So it's very exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hi, boys. Zeus.
There you go. There you go. Jump in so that you can see Jasmine.
Hi.
All right. So, any questions? So I've just kind of added there. I just wanted to put a big testimonial. It's really fantastic and so friendly in there as well. I'm going to start. Fell over last week, so I'm just waiting to fix that one up. But I think it's next week. I was giving the boys a head start.
Yep.
They're 3 weeks, but I'm about to take over. So, does anyone have any questions for Jasmine? Everybody's on mute.
How much does your program cost, Jazz?
How much? So it depends on per class. So if you train once per week, it's $18 a class. If you train twice a week, it's $28 a week. And if you train 3 times or more, so our gold membership, it's $32 a week. And the more family members that join, the more the cost goes down per person. So when Misty and the boys come off their trial, their fees will actually be a lot. I think it might be $29 per person for each of you to train 4 times a week if you wanted, because you've got so many people. And then we also do have a $60 annual membership that everybody pays once a year, every year. And that covers your registration, your insurance. And if you end up joining without the trial, so if you don't, you miss the trial time, you get that uniform for free with that $60.
Neat. David, you should join with me and start next week. I think Michelle Jackson she was in at 10 o'clock last week. Heard you speak. Do your 30 seconds.
Yeah.
She said, I'm going to do that. I'll get my daughter in as well. So
she did. It was for her daughter's birthday. So her daughter didn't know what was going on. And she's like, put on some yoga gear. We'll go on a fish wick. And she was like, what?
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, we could end up with a whole business at breakfast group. How cool would that be?
Totally. We can do it in the morning.
That'd be oh, yeah. How cool would that be? That'd be very cool. All right.
I'll be there.
Pardon?
If you do Zoom karate, I'll be there.
All right. I'll talk to Misty about it.
We'll get that done, because they had to do it for COVID. Initially, they had to get all that sorted out.
Yeah, we went completely online. We couldn't have anybody in the building, so we went completely online, which was a really interesting experience. The other people didn't like it, but I'm super animated, so I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll teach online. This is cool.
Yeah, I have